for you this morning. All right, it's time to meet a couple of people that we have in the studio, and they have a very cool thing that they're going to give, they're going to mention and give, they're going to award this morning. So we would like to welcome the host of the Delco Live podcast and the organizers of Delco Day, which, by the way, officially, Delco Day is today because it's June 10th. It's 6/10.
Yep.
The area code. So we want to welcome Al Zafiri and Hollywood Holbrook.
Yeah.
Thank you.
To the show this morning. Gentlemen, nice to see you today.
Gentlemen, I don't know about.
All right. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. So the official Delco Day celebrations was this past weekend, correct?
Yeah, we always run on the Saturday closest to the 10th, so we're not out there going all day on a Tuesday.
How many years for this?
This is the 10th one.
10th year.
10th official one.
Good for you, man.
And how many different locations? Because I know that you guys were at JT Brewski's
5.
and then,
5. It was a different place the first 2 years, then it was Marty McGee's for a long time, JT Brewski's 2 years, and then,
And in true Delco fashion, they were like, we don't want you back here next year.
Yes.
And so Dolan's was like, yeah, we'll take it.
a lot of drama. We were quoting each other's high school football stats at each other. You know.
Is it wild to see this? This is a thing now.
Absolutely.
I mean, you have to stick with something to get it, in people's, mental catalog there. But here you have it, and it's proven to be something that has traction.
It was true grassroots, too. The first time we did it in 2016, we did it at a bar that has changed names 5 times and is closed.
Yep.
And it was only 5 bands, mostly like punk bands.
Right.
50 people showed up. We raised a little over $1,000 for one charity. Next year, 2 stages, became the whole 12-hour thing. A couple hundred people showed up.
Nice.
And then at 3 is when we got involved with Headstrong and all that. And we'd rebranded and kind of had a really good year in 2018. And, we're talking thousands of people showing up.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And we charge $6.10 at the door.
There you go.
Inflation-proof since 2016.
Yeah.
And since then, we've raised it's close to $200,000 for local charities.
So
Fantastic.
if you ever want to change, or if you ever want to charge more, will you have to change the area code? Is that how? Yeah.
We would probably have to. And,
just to keep things.
but what's the new one? 8 something now? There's a new area code coming out in Delco. So
Is that what they're talking about?
yeah, we'll just change it to 8 whatever.
There you go.
Whatever's
yeah.
higher.
Yeah.
Can't go 215. That's less money.
Right.
Yeah, so it wouldn't make
Even
any sense.
484 wouldn't work in this case.
Right.
No,
Exactly. How long have you guys been doing your podcast?
Al started it in 2012.
Yeah. Okay.
I jumped in 2014, and then we rebranded right around 2018.
And for the Delco Day event, when you guys do that, what are the types of activities besides bands and stuff like that? Do you guys have contests or anything along those lines, or giveaways?
Live music. There's a dunk tank going on this year. We do it at 6 o'clock into 6:10. We do a thing where we hand out little flags that my amazing girlfriend Danielle custom makes and hands out to people who are not native to Delco that just want to be part of the culture, whatnot. Yeah. We do a little swearing-in ceremony, get some speeches about the charity and everything else, and just let everyone remind them to just go full Delco.
Do you know the swearing-in pledge offhand?
No, there's no way. We change it. And we actually didn't even get a chance to do that this year because we had to skip it because there was a little rain delay at one point.
Okay.
So it's reverential but tongue-in-cheek as well.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he has a girlfriend, too.
There we go.
The swearing is a lot less cult-like than it sounds when I say it out loud.
It's really no bloodletting.
Yeah.
All right,
well, listen. Cool. So you guys have brought something this morning.
Yes.
A presentation to make.
When we realized it's the 10th one, it's full of cloud, all the things we did and all that. We were like, we're going to hand out an award this year, and it's going to be for a legend, and we're going to call it obviously the Delco Legend Award.
Okay.
And we figured, who's the most Delco person we possibly know or have even heard of? And it is Casey Boy.
How about that?
From his humble upbringing in Rutledge, PA, named after Abe Lincoln's side piece.
Yeah.
His journey through Granite Run, out here to Bala Cynwyd, and all the way to every radio in the tri-state area and across the world. Casey Boy has been spreading just what Delco is, doing it right, doing it with justice, and he is by far worthy of the Delco Legend.
How about that?
Wow. And he has. You will find no bigger Delco advocate than Casey. He is never suffers any defamatory comments about Delco. And as a true Delco resident, only a Delco resident can impugn Delco.
Oh, yeah. True.
And by the way, he'll never leave Delaware County.
Never.
As a resident.
You're goddamn right.
And it's fitting that he gets it in a year, and especially a time where Delaware County is just taking over, whether it's a pope, Or poop.
Yeah.
You know.
Or potentially a saint.
A saint.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are we talking about Father Atkinson?
Yeah, we're talking about Father Atkinson, who was at Bonner, Monsignor Bonner High School.
How about that?
And,
No, Casey's saying he's going to be a saint. That was what he was trying to tell you.
yeah, no, seriously, they're talking about canonizing this guy.
I'm going to hand the trophy over to Casey.
Wow.
It's the most Delco trophy we can make. You know, obviously ordered off Amazon, and then I printed out the base and the nameplate.
We used glue from Temu.
You didn't go to Kelly's Trophies?
No, we wish we did, but we didn't. We forgot. Kelly's is great.
By the way, the nameplate is scotch taped on.
Yes.
By the way, so,
And if it makes it even better, I didn't know I didn't have a color printer at work. So it's in monochrome.
And I love that it's a little off center too, which is awesome.
Well, that's
This is the most Delco trophy you could ever award somebody. I thank you.
There's
beer in there.
There's a flag sticking out of the top of it that, once again, Danielle made that says unofficial mayor of Delco with the uncrossed out.
What I love also is that, yes, I think you are the first recipient of this Legend Award. Will it, in fact, a la the Cecil B. DeMille Award, will it carry that moniker, or is it one and done? Like, when it's awarded next year, will it be the Casey Boy Legend Award?
Oh, at some point, I believe it's going to become that.
All right.
You're asking a Delco guy to think ahead. that doesn't happen.
At 12:01 a.m. tonight, I'm not thinking about Delco Day until January.
Did you guys even consider anyone else? Like, did anyone float across the radar? Because Casey's the obvious and best choice.
Actually, we thought about ourselves.
Yeah.
But then we're like, I guess it wouldn't.
You know what really sucks?
That would
is
seem self-serving.
Yeah, a little bit.
Jason Kelsey is now starting to steal my Delco thunder.
Right.
Is he?
Yeah, he's a Delco resident.
But he's not a native,
And
so
he's,
we
and he's
transplant.
not.
So
no.
We unofficially swore him in.
Okay.
So, Casey Boy, that came into play, and I came up with a metaphor from 2009 where the Hurt Locker won Best Movie over Jarhead.
Right.
Or sorry, Jarhead won over Avatar.
Right.
Okay.
Because one's about a Marine that got disabled, and the other one's a fictional story about a Marine that got disabled. We wanted to go with the realest of them.
Okay.
That makes sense.
And Casey being the realist.
Well, listen,
Yes.
thank you for this award. I started working with Preston and Steve back in 1998. Like, I had immediately become a champion for Delaware County on the air.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like since 1998, for the past 27 years, there's just been this swelling of Delco pride. And I think it started on the Preston and Steve show.
Well, Preston, you tell the story. You were cleaning clothes by the riverside, and a wicker basket floated by.
It was.
And there he was.
It spoke to me, and I'm like, this is my destiny to raise this
I will
child.
raise him as my producer.
Yep. Yep.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, and listen, big shout out and thank you goes to PJ Dolan as well.
Yes.
For hosting your event and for hosting us in the podcast a couple of weeks ago. That guy is I should probably have him in my cabinet. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
definitely.
my cabinet would be PJ Dolan, Brent Porsche, Mike Vito. Those guys are all Delco legends as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
As well as you guys are as well.
No.
No, you guys are carrying the flag. We appreciate it.
It's only way I got out of my house at 42 years old.
The Delco Live podcast. How often are you guys putting out episodes?
Supposed to be every other Tuesday. Sometimes we get a little loose with that schedule.
Okay.
Which is a perfectly Delco way to approach it. Yeah.
And you jump on and get it, like Spotify, or where do you find it?
Social media, Facebook, YouTube.
Okay.
Yep, all over the place.
Delco Live podcast. Cool.
And DelcoLive.com.
Do you do any other events besides the Delco Day? Or?
Ones will pop up here and
Okay.
there,
Yeah.
but this is our Super Bowl, our WrestleMania, our World Series. Like,
What's the next in the queue? Do you have one, or are you still having to plan that?
The golf tournament.
we don't normally do the Delco Masters, which is at a putt-putt.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you have to dress like you are at the Masters, and it's usually for charity.
I
And we
love
always
that.
pick, it's like, you try to pick the hottest day of the year just so it's miserable.
Right.
Nothing like some hot felt on a nice little
We had a guy
summer
dressed
day.
like a Happy Gilmore.
Yes.
Like full on. Spent $300 on a golf club.
I love that you guys call it putt-putt, too. That's what I grew up calling it,
Well,
putt-putt.
are you doing it at Putt Putt or are you doing it at the Delco land?
It's always a putt-putt. We got a nice little
right.
relationship with them.
Yeah.
All right, well, listen, thank you, guys.
No, thank
we're
you.
so
Very
glad.
good.
Got shirts and stuff for you guys.
Thank
since you
you.
couldn't make it. So we appreciate you guys. And Casey, thank you. Because Casey always supported us.
Yeah.
Even before, he always would like our stuff, mention us, talk to us. So we appreciate you guys. Keep up the good work.
Oh, thank you. And he was very sort of humble about this. I said we said no, we have to have this on the air.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you to Alan Hollywood for being here this morning.
Thank you. Happy Delco Day, everyone.
Check out the Delco Live podcast, my friends. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back in a moment. Tom Johnston of the Doobie Brothers joining us in just a little while, so we return in a few. Stay with us.